Welcome to the Mojo Market Report. Here's your hosts, Dave Sturgio and Chris Gucci.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Mojo Market Report right here on a feel-good basketball Friday. It is Dave Sturgio. It is Chris Gucci, A5, back behind the glass. We're going to do some hoops and talk some hoops action. NBA All-Star Weekend coming at you this week. Again, a successful launch yesterday for Mojo and the NBA career bet. Couple surprises, a couple things that I'm excited about to talk more about as we go. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about some of the key guys, the LeBrons of the world, the Lukas, and see where these guys fell on the market. You actually have a basketball in your hand.
I do.
That is a very did you see Shiano's video yesterday, James Shiano?
This was actually not even on purpose now that you're pointing it out.
It's just like a stress ball, but it just so happens to be a basketball?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So anyway, be sure to follow us on social media, especially Instagram. I did see a funny, and TikTok, James Shiano of Mojo was crossing people up in the office yesterday. So they're all ready for hoops. We're all ready for hoops. Before we get to hoops, of course, it is a
I
feel-good.
would have used my 6 fouls properly. I'm not getting crossed up in the office. We'll just say that, Dave, don't get any ideas. I promise you I will foul you. Like
Sam,
hard in the paint.
Sam was she tried to draw the charge, but she just got crossed up. I saw it all.
No.
Just start swatting people.
And you either, Ant.
Yeah.
I want to hear it, bro.
You're getting charged over too. Bro.
I got 6 fouls.
Yeah.
Before I get kicked out.
A flagrant one, a flagrant
we're
two,
gonna
we're
use
going to
them.
get thrown right out of Chop Studios. Anyway, before we get into all the NBA festivities and our draft, we're actually going to draft our own all-star teams. You be the judge of whose team would win. Again, I think it's the coolest concept that the NBA does that whole, like, pick the teams before. It feels like a schoolyard game.
The NBA's got certain things figured out.
They do.
I'm telling
they
you,
do.
The MLB and NFL could take notes on what the NBA does
NFL
to create
is throwing
superstars
at the wall and see what
superstars.
sticks.
And every NFL player should be able to take his helmet off after he scores a touchdown or gets a sack. I believe that.
Emmett made that popular. And then Emmett also got that banned.
Got it banned.
So, do you remember that? Every time.
Yeah,
It's
like
hello, I'm Emmett. Like, oh, hey, there's
I
Emmett.
want them to see who scored this touchdown.
Right. I mean, you got to get some facial recognition after all. But there is some NFL news to cover right now around the league. There has been things that broke overnight and this morning. We start with Aaron Jones, your boy in Green Bay, decided to, him and his agent, which I didn't know this, his agent's Drew Rosenhaus, so I'm very surprised this actually happened. But there is a renegotiation happening right now. It's going to be signed. I think they alleviate like $5 million off the cap hit or whatever. So Aaron Jones is doing that. Team player, and on the Mojo market as well, immediately he's up 2.5%. So they actually had an idea because the market's closed as of when we record this.
So he's a Packer.
So that's now, you know who didn't stay put? I mean, who stayed put was A.J. Dillon. Mm-hmm. So no effect there. I'm interested to see how that plays out because, again, they're a two-headed monster. So that's always going to be the case. I think that they're a great tandem. They might be the very best 1-2 punch in the league, arguably. I mean,
yeah, you could make the case now that the Browns are split.
Right, and one of those guys is leaving. Kareem Hunt's probably going to go.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Chubb
so, I mean,
is signed. So,
keeping
yeah,
that running game intact. And now what is the best friend of a quarterback, a young quarterback that might be the starting quarterback, is a good running game. So this is a good deal for the Packers to do this. Who is down 3%, though, is Jordan Love. Now, there's been a lot of big bets on Jordan Love lately on the Mojo market. The minus 3%. Does that give you any kind of inkling that, like, Rodgers hinted to somebody around somewhere that he's like, hey, after I'm done coming out of the darkness, I'm going to be a Packer?
No, I think it's been abundantly clear that Aaron Rodgers isn't hinting at anything other than what you may or may not want to believe based on context clues and how he's talking. But he's not telling anybody, and if he's telling anybody,
it's his inner circle.
It's not somebody that's going to go talk to Ian Rappaport.
It's not Adam Schefter. It's not any of those guys. Not a chance.
But with the Jordan Love thing, I mean, it's only a matter of time. Either he gets moved to a team, which I think that the Packers are, it's going to be, take a sturdy offer. I think they would need more for Jordan Love than Rodgers at this point, which is crazy. I believe that. One guy's a first-round pick that hasn't played yet, and one guy's got 2 years left. If you're in a situation, now you're talking like, realistically, not as a Packer fan, who would you take right now? If you're the Commanders, let's say, and you have a chance
on a win-now basis?
No. I'm just saying, like, on a fix-your franchise for good basis. If you go after Aaron Rodgers, the realistic expectation that he's going to stick around past a year or 2 years is like, I mean, that's a reach.
Pushing it? Yeah.
It's pushing it.
Listen, I haven't. I know you're a Packers fan, but I personally haven't seen enough out of a Jordan Love to be like, that's our guy of the future. Maybe they haven't practiced. Maybe there's a vibe in the locker room. Maybe he seems to be loved by everybody around him. Whatever the case.
I'm not saying that you've seen enough. I'm asking the question of, you know what you know about Aaron Rodgers. You know that you're not going to get a future, period. You're going to get it right now. So that's the question that you have to ask yourself. I think there's more value in this league in a Jordan Love than an Aaron Rodgers. The lottery ticket is more important than the guy that's on the tail end. There's a couple teams in the league that it will be a better fit for because they need a quarterback and they're a quarterback away. So a lot of those teams ain't the Commanders and et cetera. So I think it depends on the situation you're in.
Yeah. So speaking of the quarterback market, there has been conversations about the number that Daniel Jones is going to receive once he gets 35. His new deal. I'm hearing 35. Now, do you think this is the topic of conversation here? Do you think there is anybody out there that would outbid the Giants at 35? Now, how low would you go? Because look, if you put Daniel Jones at 35, he's going to rank as the 9th highest paid quarterback in the league until the Herbert, the Burrow, the new Lamar deal, all that stuff happens. Then he bumps down to about 12 or 13, which is appropriately priced, I think, if you're Daniel Jones. But if you don't think there's any suitors out there for Daniel Jones.
Oh, there is.
You think?
And you're saying 35? If the Giants are going to pay him 35, I would say, honestly, if I'm the Jets, I'm paying him a little bit more. If he can handle New York, how crazy. Look, I think the Giants got a good guy there.
Go across the hall.
Daniel Jones is a good egg. I think he's going to take the 35 with the Giants and stick around. Even if there's a slightly bigger offer from someone else, I think Daniel Jones. Again, I'm trying to get into somebody's
And
head.
look, the coaching staff is intact. Nobody took a head coaching job. Kafka's back. The offensive coordinator, Dayball's obviously back. The system's back. They brought back Isaiah Hodgins, which A5 Anthony Behind the Glass was celebrating yesterday. I saw it on his Instagram story that he was just like, Hodgins is back. I'm just like, okay, cool.
They're going to need
it's Hodgins. Well, great story. Don't get me wrong, but let's not get crazy here.
If you're asking him to be the wide receiver one, not a good situation. But if you're asking Isaiah Hodgins to step up and be, maybe a Victor Cruz light for this team, I could see that.
Just don't salsa.
I could see that.
Just I think his salary this year is going to be $800,000. That's the truth. So what a deal for the Giants to build around.
Probably a great deal for Isaiah Hodgins and his family too. I mean, you're going from
$800,000
a fringe player in the league to now you got a contract. Good for him.
And the only negative news right now that you can possibly see on the NFL front is Mr. Alvin Kamara. He has been indicted for all the stuff that happened last year at their Pro Bowl, where he was involved in some kind of fight or whatever, and that's going to hurt his market. And he was already a fringe release candidate, I thought, with the Saints. So I guess we'll kind of see how that plays out. Again, I'm not the law. I don't know how they're going to do it. I do know that the NFL does try to protect the brand, and even if you aren't charged or sentenced to jail time, you can. Well, yes, right. So this time the NFL could be like, that's 6, regardless. You just, you kind of insulted the Shield a little bit. You're not acting like a professional.
6 regardless anyway.
I mean, this was happening. This was going to happen. It was just a matter of when, and now it's happened. So we'll see what happens with Alvin Kamara. But keep your eye on his stock. You might want to cash out right now if you are an investor in Alvin Kamara. All right. Last night, there were a couple NBA games to finish out the, quote, first half of the season. And that was the Bucks and the Bulls and the Clippers and the Suns. And I think when we were going into these games last night, also the Wizards and the Timberwolves lost by 8. Bradley Beal had himself a day, though, 35 points over there. But the big thing that I was hammering home on was get in on Giannis. Do all the smack the overs, all this. And it stinks, man. He goes out.
I hope you faded the Sturge yesterday.
I hope you did fade me a little bit. He was averaging 40 points against the Bulls in 2 games this year, and he comes out and he sprains his wrist. Now his All-Star appearance is in flux. A sprained wrist as a basketball player, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you look at. I don't foresee him playing this weekend.
Why would he?
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a worth it thing. He'll be there probably. He'll pick his team. He is the captain of one of the teams, so he's going to pick his team. But I don't think he's going to play. So obviously, last night, if you decided to go that route, unfortunately, you did not. You did not get that one at all. I did want to. I wanted to
Middleton
check on.
didn't play, so that
Middleton again didn't play. He's scared of the Bulls. That's what I think. I think he's scared of the Bulls. Last night, Kawhi Leonard was set. The bar was set on him at 24.5. Kawhi Leonard goes for 16. So he also did not play very well.
So did you see, I was talking a little bit about Russ and that there's potential legs for the Miami Heat. If there's a buyout, the Utah Jazz have now allowed the Clippers and Russ to start talks. So I think there's a chance that Russ ends up staying in LA after all, so he won't have to change apartments or houses or anything like that, and he'll be a Clipper. That's what I think. By the end of the week, you're going to see Russ a Clipper, or the end of All-Star break.
To combine him with, I love Morris. Morris is a former Knick. I love Morris. But like to combine him with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and Russ, I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's notable names at the very least. Yeah, right. You have to see it all develop on the field itself. All right.
Court.
When somebody shoots 10 of 12 and they say from the field, you understand.
But
who says he shot 10 of 12 from the court?
But no,
you say the field.
But when you're talking about a team, and
field goal percentage,
you're reaching.
Come on, I'm not reaching. No, I'm tired of being corrected. It's from the field. From the field. that's
all right. The field.
Thank you. He's conceded. Mark it down. February the 17th.
I'm pandering. 100%.
All right. It is All-Star Weekend, guys. There's a plenty of All-Stars to choose from. Today, it's on Sunday, it's LeBron and it's Giannis. Today, it's Dave, it's Chris. These are the following. I mean, the All-Star, the bank here is just, it's great. I think that the rosters are going to be stacked. The best part about what we're going to do here is we're not going to base this off of, you got to have a point guard, you have a shooting guard, you have to have it. You can draft whoever you want. I want the best players on the best teams.
That's how they're doing it, right?
Yeah,
like
so
you could just, if you want to load up on size, go ahead.
Go for it. So
3-point shooters, let's do it.
Anthony, I think there's a penny on the ground next to you, on the ground, on the floor. Is there? Yep. I saw it yesterday, fell out of my pocket. Send that over here because
I have not saved a penny in.
Well, you should save pennies.
Years.
Every penny counts. Okay, so we're gonna flip a coin here.
That's why
you're gonna call it in the. No, you're right. Actually, I saw it yesterday. I was like, we're gonna need this as a prop. So I'm gonna flip the coin. You're gonna call it in the air, and if you get it, it's first pick. No snake rules. So it'll go 1, 2. Then you.
Let's go.
This is a call it in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the air, you got to make sure you hear it. Ready? This is for the first pick of the NBA All-Star Draft.
What are
you going to tip off? It's not a tip off.
I have a feeling it's not going to land on the surface.
I'm going to catch it.
Find it.
I'm going to catch it.
See.
It's a point toss.
Now I even feel worse about that fact.
All right, here we go. Call it in the air.
Heads.
Caught it. And a flip. It is, in fact, heads. So you will receive the first pick in this draft. Stupid pennies. Throw pennies away. God. So anyway, go ahead, man. Your first pick in the NBA All-Star team is who? Now, remember, just so everybody's clear, every player is available. So I know there's team captains in the NBA All-Star game, but those guys are available for draft.
I'll go Giannis.
All right, so with a sprained wrist, you're going to go you're going to go Giannis.
No, this is
healthy Giannis. So if Giannis would have played, it's the truth. I'd be silly not to take LeBron James, so that's what I will do with my first pick. I guess how many you want to do?
6.
Here? Okay, so this is going to go
rotation.
rather quick.
Or you want to?
Let's go 7. 7 players.
Deal.
Done.
Deal.
All right, so look,
Deal.
It's now LeBron James is leading Team Dave, and it's Giannis with a sprained wrist over there. Team Chris. Remember, healthy Giannis. That's why he was picked number 1 overall. So, all right, LeBron. I mean, with Giannis is stacking with who?
Luka.
Damn it. So Luka will be playing with. So it's Giannis and Luka right off the rip. That is a very good formidable bunch. So now it's really. I'd be silly not to go a specific direction, but he's one of my favorite players in the league, and I am going to play some preference here as far as like stacking 2 stars together. I'm going John Morant as my second pick in this draft. John Morant has been incredible. His story is great. I think John Morant is one of the better players in the league right now. I love what he's done in the league. He's posterized guy. Like the guy is a absolute stud. And I think John Morant is that dude. So
I'm
John Morant
going
will be with Team Dave.
The two-time MVP, the best center in the game by far, and also European. My team is dominant right now. I'm going with the Joker, baby. Give me Jokic.
All right, Joker is gone.
I'm pretty sure you said something about Morris. You liking him, Morris? Didn't he end one of their careers with just like a bump last year?
First of all, he's not ended his career.
Sure
he's back.
Serbian too, or something like that.
Oh, he's a beast.
Overwit.
He's an absolute beast. All right, well.
And he's a great passer.
I'm well aware. So, all right. So I'm looking at this, and
you better get a rebound.
I gotta get a board.
You better go get a rebound, dog.
Averaging. This is not good. But I think that I like my team so far. I like LeBron. I love Ja. I gotta get a big in this. I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid. Of the 76ers. I have to at this point. I think that's the way to go here. He shot 38 of 85, 44% on a catch and shoot three-pointers. So this big man can shoot. So not only is he going to catch some boards, he's also going to shoot a couple three-pointers that you just didn't see coming, Chris. So guard that, dude. Guard that. So with your fourth pick now, as we roll through this, where are you going?
I'm going Jason Tatum.
I'm getting smoked. So, Jason Tatum.
This is not close.
This is not close so far. Team Chris is dominating here. Damn. All right. So, you know what? You're silly. I'm going to stack the two best players, the two best scorers in the league right now with my fourth pick. I don't like the guy.
I knew you were going there.
I'm going KD.
Oh, have him.
Kevin Durant is coming to Team Dave here. I think KD has to be the guy. I'm just looking at this thing. I'm like,
KD is like, right now, KD's on Team Dave, and he's looking over at Team Chris. He's like, how the hell can I work this out where I could get over there on Team Chris? Bad. Right? KD's already asking for a trade.
Can I
give you sending emotional messages to Team Dave's
Can I give
fans.
you my second pick next year and KD for maybe Luka?
And I'm just saying, like, I'm taking Steph Curry because all my team needs is the shooter.
All right,
now.
Steph
And
Curry
it really
is.
doesn't, right? But
I got some size. I got some big boys on my team right now. Kevin Durant being tall, not really big, but Embiid and LeBron, they'll bully some people. My next pick will be slamming it all down your guys' throats. Give me the most overhyped guy in the history of the NBA. We're not talking about Greg Oden, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Zion Williamson is going to be playing on my all-star team. So that's, again, you stack LeBron, Embiid, John Morant, Durant, and Zion. That's a big team. I feel like you're going to struggle. Gas-wise, maybe I run out of gas around the third quarter, but...
All right, so we're looking at matchup-wise. This is before the bench. We're about to get two bench
We're about to get
players
two bench players, yeah.
We're going good. We're going good. All right, so, I mean, Giannis is going to run the 4 for me because the Joker comes in at the 5. So I got some sturdy big men down there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw Tatum at the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Little Luka. Actually, Luka's running
I
the
actually
point.
have a good, formidable...
Luka runs the point. Steph Curry at the 2. Oh, man, my team is so good. All right, and now I honestly...
confidence is key,
I'll
folks.
give you the next 2 picks because
Oh.
I'll give them to you. I am very confident that my guys...
All right, first of all, I'm letting you know who's running my team here. Running the point is John Morant. I think that's okay. I think moving LeBron to shooting guard in this sense makes sense for me. So LeBron's going to be the 2. The 3 for me would probably be Kevin Durant. The 4 would be Zion underneath as a power forward, and then obviously in the middle is Embiid. So I don't hate my team. These guys are all stars, first of all, so it's not like any of these guys stink.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a very
but
good
you're going to
team.
give me the
Give you
next,
the next
2?
2 picks. I'll even let you pick... No, actually, I'm picking the coach first.
You're picking a coach.
Yeah, I'm taking Spoelstra.
You love that guy.
100%.
Easiest job in the history of jobs is Eric Spoelstra with the Miami Heat when LeBron and those guys were down there.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
He just sat down and said, "Go ahead and play."
Deep playoff runs with
Chris
roster liabilities.
Harrow,
Tyler.
him too. Chris Hero's a wrestler. There you go. That's where my mind's at today on a Friday. All right, so I'm taking the next 2. You're done. Done, I say. Give me Kyrie Irving off the bench. Kyrie Irving.
This is just not working out for Dave.
It is fine. Kyrie Irving is... So within moments, within the last 5 minutes, I've already reunited Kyrie and Kevin Durant. I mean, I'm just a peacemaker at this point.
LeBron and Kyrie.
And LeBron and Durant and all these guys. Well, Durant's never played. But this is a great team. And I'm going to go with, you know what? Man, oh man. So I'm not, listen, it's going to be competitive. Don't get me wrong. I don't, again,
You're going to take Julius Randle?
No, I'm not going to. I'll take Julius Randle in the 3-point contest just because I'm rooting for him.
Who would I pick if I was you, knowing that
I'm already got some
knowing
size.
You're not going to take my guys. You're going to take either Donovan Mitchell.
I love Donovan Mitchell, but after he didn't choose the Knicks, he's not on my good list. So I'm not. I'm going to go. I know this is going to sound a little ridiculous, but I'm going to go Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
I like Jaylen Brown on my team here. Again, he's coming off my bench, so you know his.
The reason why I gave you 2 picks right away is because I saw that you populated the list, and I know that there's 2 guys on it that you didn't put.
That's not fair.
Well,
I populated a list of 19 players on this thing.
You made the
out of
list.
21,
You
22.
made the list, and you left off SGA, Gilgeous Alexander. Look, I know you're gonna be like, nobody cares, bro. I'm about to tell you right now. He's one of 3 players in history of the NBA to average 25, 5, 5, 1, 1. Jordan and LeBron are the other 2.
Oh, they're all right.
And then if you want to add another metric to the equation here, he's also shooting 90% from the free throw line.
That's pretty good.
So
how many attempts? 10,
If
11?
you add that metric, he's the only player in NBA history to ever have a season like that. And he's my 6th man.
All right.
He's probably he's Ja Morant, but a year ago. He's that good.
There he
that
is.
good.
There he is. SGA, Oklahoma City. I feel like they draft well.
Yeah,
They've always had a good young team.
Well,
they don't keep well, but
a nice, exciting team next year. Holmgren in the mix.
I know where you're going with the next, by the way. And he's not on this list either. Can I take a guess?
Yeah.
Is it Halliburton?
No, but it's close.
Okay.
That's close. They were traded for each other.
Oh.
Domantas Sabonis
Oh, Sabonis.
leads the NBA in rebounding.
Any relation to the other Sabonis?
His son.
Get out of How old are we? My God.
And he is so much better than his papa was. So much better. Coach Spo, you got this, right, dog? Coach Spo, you got this, homie. I believe in my team.
You got a good team. So the viewers out there, you can drop it in the comments on YouTube.
Fairly dominant.
And you think that Chris just kind of ran away with this?
Yeah, you're done.
He said, "Yeah, you're done." You know what? So you're basically discrediting LeBron James, like the best player to almost ever live.
No, and I let you have him.
You did. You actually gave me the layup. I thought for sure you were going LeBron, and I was definitely going to go Giannis.
The key here was the first pick because it was LeBron, Giannis. Either way, you're good. You take Giannis.
Wait a minute. Who did I take second? Oh, I took John Morant.
And but it was the Luka.
That's where I went wrong.
That's where.
If I would have stacked LeBron
you know where you went. Yeah, you went wrong right away. I think you went wrong by taking Ja because I wasn't taking
over
Ja
Luka.
Morant. I wouldn't have taken Ja Morant. No, I took Luka over you taking Ja, but I would have taken Jokic over Ja.
He got Jokic too, huh? This is a runaway. This final score is going to be 146 to 102.
Bro, how about this? It's like Steph Curry. You can't even pay attention to him. You just have to leave him open. You have to just leave Steph Curry open.
He's going to have a field day.
He is going to
from the field.
3 points. Yeah.
All right, so put your predictions, final scores in the comments, and maybe if it's posted on Instagram and all the other ones, Twitter. Who's got the better team? We think it's not a debate. I messed up.
Well, we addressed where we think it went wrong. We're not
guys that weren't drafted, by the way. Bam Adebayo, Lauri Markkanen, DeMar DeRozan, Paul George, we just talked about.
Siakam.
Him. Julius Randle, not drafted. Julius Randle. God. All right.
Lauri Markkanen.
Buckets. Anyway, that's the All-Star team. And I think it's going to be a fun weekend. So obviously, pay attention. Follow along with us by following us on social media. Do that right now. That is on TikTok, Instagram, and the Twitter machine at Mojo, Mojo. And of course, the Discord is a big, big deal because that's where you're going to get a lot of your questions answered when it comes to the liquid prop bets, when it comes to the now career-long bets. These are a lot of things that we're interested in. Like I said, I was looking on the app yesterday. I was all over this app yesterday just based off the NBA players and who was in there. The latest news is always up there. That's a news feed right there. So there's plenty of news to go around on the NBA players. Bridges went up the other night after his big performance. Jalen Brunson, his stock has been up 26% since the new year. So my guy Brunson over there in New York is making things happen. We mentioned Hodgins before. He went up 10% for the Giants after that new deal was signed.
A job for real this time.
He does. Drew Holiday, yesterday he did not hit his. He did not slap his over. The Commanders interviewing Eric Bieniemy. I don't know
Drew Holiday is the only NBA player in history to have 2 All-Star appearances 10 years or more apart.
Has he been playing that long?
Yeah.
I still don't understand the spelling of his name, but that's the only thing that's detrimental to me about him. It's J-R-U-E. Come on. It's Drew. D-R-E-W.
Some creative parents.
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, the Mojo app is all over all of these players, all of your latest stars. The NBA, I'm just seeing who's the lowest guy on this thing. Ready for the lowest stock price? It's $67.97. If you guess this, I'll buy you lunch today. Remember, there's 100 players that were added. If you guess the lowest player, which, by the way, is, again, $67.97. So it's definitely a significant price. But he's, I'll give you Eastern Conference.
Lonzo Ball.
No, Lonzo Ball is actually the 5th lowest. So you're in the ballpark. That was very close. I almost lost lunch there. It is Bol in Orlando. So he's sitting there at $67.97. He's a power forward over there with the Magic. So anyway, explore the app. Look, it just keeps going and going and going and going. There's 100+ players of the NBA. Go get involved right now. Have yourselves a great weekend. Enjoy all the All-Star festivities. We got ourselves a special drop, hopefully within the next, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We got a very special guest. We're negotiating that right now with the timing and stuff like that, but it's going to be fun. We got a guest to talk all things NBA, all things NFL, all things Mojo Market. So for Dave Sturgill, Chris Gucci, and of course A5 behind the glass, this has been another episode of the Mojo Market Report. We'll see you guys back here on Monday.